Hello, today I'm going to show you about removing potatoes grown under plastic and then following with another crop. In this case we're going to put in some broccoli plants. So the potatoes here are grown under plastic and holes are cut in the plastic to plant the potatoes in. These are to be pulled a little bit later. These are Jemsons, but these here are called Charlottes, and what I've done is I've just cut the tops off of the haulm, and you can see here that the Charlottes are poking through under the plastic, and you can see I've got the tops here. So as this is no dig, we don't need to use a fork to lift the potatoes. All we need to do is lift the root up, ease the potatoes out, scratch around in the soil, of which I've got my little Freddy Krueger claw glove, and put them into a bucket, break the soil level, and then put the new plants in. So I'm just going to show you with a couple of plants what we do. So let's start with this one here. So it's just a question of pulling these plants up, like this. You can see lovely crop here. That will go on the compost heap. We have our bucket here, beautiful potatoes, just a bit the size of a hen's egg or slightly larger. Charlotte's my favourite variety of potatoes. You can do anything with these. Boil them, new potatoes, smash them, roast them, bake them, saute, pick the potatoes off the surface. You'll also see that there are some tiny little potatoes here as well. I always pick those and put them in the bucket, not because I want to eat them, but because I don't want them to go and grow again under the next crop. So carry on lifting these potatoes. Just pull this one up here. This is part of the same plant. And now I've lifted all those on the surface, I'm going to use my glove just to scratch around and see how many I've missed. So you can see there's another couple there. A little bit of compostable bag there which is rotting down, but I will recycle that again into the heap. There's another little one here. Another one there. Another one there. So I'm not actually digging this soil, just literally feeling below the surface. What you'll find with potatoes is that the potatoes will grow off of the main root, these white thicker roots, but these very fine fibrous roots will go much deeper into the soil, and they bring the nutrition up from the base of the soil to feed the potatoes. So you don't have to plant your potatoes that deeply in a no-dig system to get a good crop. So here we are, almost done. Just scratching about here. Two more. Very productive, these Charlottes. Another one. So that can be just levelled off. Was that another one there, or was that? No, it wasn't. Okay, so we level that off now. As you can see, just that one plant has yielded that bucket full of very clean potatoes. Hardly any marks on these at all with dirt. So just move that out of the way. So to show you the next stage with planting, because I should just finish these last few plants off and then put the rest of these brassicas in. What I've got here is a lovely tray of homegrown broccoli plants. These were sown on the 3rd of June. They probably could have gone out about 10 days ago, but because the potatoes are slightly later this year because of the cold spring, you see I just tread the ground down a bit to keep it firm. They're going in a little bit later. Normally I would have lifted these Charlottes by about the 5th of July, which is about the figure of last year. So, having got the ground firm down, all I need to do is to pop a few of these plants out. You can see how nicely they're rooted in these plugs. These are container-wise 40s. Actually, we've got a little rogue lettuce seed there, but I might just let him survive. These are going to be planted about 18 inches apart, and in rows 18 inches apart. That will give me about 4.5 feet across, which will be the width I've got for my mesh to protect them from caterpillars. I like to use these tools from implementations. This is a beautiful copper trowel. It has an engagement with the soil chemically, and it's beautiful to handle as well. So all we do is make a small hole, pop the plug in. These are about 18 inches apart. I see I've missed one potato there from the previous row. You will find that occasionally. No, that's not a potato, it's a root. Pop that in there. On with the watering can. So that's how we plant potatoes. So we plant broccoli straight after potatoes. You could put another crop in here such as leeks. I often put leeks in after potatoes, but this gives an opportunity for you to have a second crop for the second half of the year. These broccoli will be ready about October, November time, and 2 crops off of 1 piece of ground. The ground is totally clean from having the black plastic down. I've used this piece of plastic for about 6 years now, so with the holes in, so it gets used and used and used every year. Any questions about planting, growing? Send me a message. Enjoy your gardening.